This is the Wiiviewer!
And the LittlesWiiviewer! And the LittlestWiiviewer!
And we're gonna review
Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U.
I'm fairly certain it's Mario Kart Infinity.
Actually, Mario says Mario Kart 8.
He says, Mario Kart 8!
I think it was more like Mario Kart 8!
You know, we've never really talked about this, but Mario has the weirdest voice. He's like an Italian. You would expect he would talk like this, which he does. But he has a very high voice, like a Mickey Mouse. They actually call this Mario Kart Infinity, right?
No, actually.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's an infinity symbol.
No, that's actually an 8.
See, the problem with that is, this isn't Mario Kart 8. It's Mario Kart 11. There's actually 3 other Mario Kart games. These are all arcade games, which are technically Mario Kart games.
The last game was Mario Kart 7, so logically the next game is Mario Kart 8.
Alright. We'll go with Mario Kart 8 if you want to live in a lie. So you guys are big fans of the Mario Kart series, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Did you like this title?
I did like it. It was a lot of fun.
But is it any more fun than, let's say, the other Mario Kart games?
Well, yeah, because of all the new features and stuff in it.
How about you, as a casual player? Was this game much better than all the others?
I don't know, it's just the same type of races, just with anti-gravity.
And I would say the game felt exactly like the other games. I really didn't feel any like this was that much different. That's not to say the game is bad. I'm just saying I didn't feel like this game broke any molds. Would you agree with that?
Not really, because of the new anti-gravity feature and how it plays a predominant role in basically every course.
You mean the anti-gravity feature, which you really only notice if you're watching it back in a playback?
It makes for some really clever level designs.
Oh, I don't deny that at all. I'm just saying, doesn't really feel like you're upside down because the camera changes with you. So it didn't really seem that earth-shattering to me.
Well, it did to me because you were able to go every place everywhere.
Yes, and I agree. That was cool. Now, graphically, the game looks fantastic. Well, there's no disagreement anywhere here, right?
There's no room for disagreeing in that sentence.
It's like 60 frames a second. I'm sure that's impressive if I actually had any idea what that meant. To me, it was no big deal. I mean, great, 60 frames per second, 30 frames per second. It didn't look any different. Did you notice any major difference between 30 and 60?
I totally did. I came from watching YouTube videos, which is 30 frames per second, to this, and it looks stunning.
But I don't see the difference between 30 and 60.
It's more fluid.
I thought the game was always fluid.
But I don't think that it looks that much different, actually.
Thank you, LittlestWiiviewer. Nah.
Except when there's a lag spike. That's the only time when I could see frame differences. When you play with multiple people, the frames have to go down for the Wii U to process it all. So you notice it if you've been playing it on single player and then you go to 4-player with all your friends.
The controls are just like they were in Mario Kart Wii. So if you're used to those controls, you won't have a problem with it. What was your favorite way of controlling this game?
Just the gamepad. And I agree, I prefer the gamepad. The gamepad's button controls is pretty much similar to Mario Kart 7's controls, which I'm used to.
Now, I really didn't play Mario Kart 7 too much. I played a lot more Mario Kart Wii. So I have to say, I enjoyed the motion controls. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody enjoyed that. I use the gamepad a lot too. So for everybody who rags on the gamepad for being too big and hard to control, there's 3 of us here who love it very much.
And if you're into motion controls, you can also use it on the gamepad too.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I never tried that. Did you try it out?
Accidentally.
How was it?
Terrible.
So gameplay modes, it's basically the same as Mario Kart Wii, wouldn't you say?
Yep, pretty much.
Except in multiplayer, but we'll talk about that in a minute. There are multiple Grand Prix that you can race, which have 4 tracks apiece. Some of them were the old tracks just remastered, and some of them were brand new tracks. Were there any tracks that you really loved this time around?
I like Mount Wario and Yoshi Valley, because Yoshi Valley is awesome.
How about you?
I don't know, I really didn't pay attention to the tracks that much.
You just played whatever was on?
Yes.
You know what I liked? I liked the Ghost House. That was cool. How everything got all twisted and weird.
Yeah, Twisted Mansion.
That was fun. If you don't want to do the Grand Prix, you can race against ghosts, which are the game testers that played this game.
Or other people that have, and you can face the worldwides all you want, or people below them to fit your needs. You can download any ghost to race against and just try and see if you can beat.
It was kind of cool because when you're racing, you can see the different ways that there are like secret ways through the level. So it actually helps you improve your game, and if you can beat them, it feels like a sense of accomplishment. Like, take that, Nintendo tester! You spent months playing this game, but I just owned you in less than a weekend.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens.
Now, just like all the other Mario Kart games, there's multiplayer.
What would be Mario Kart without it?
This time, multiplayer was a little weird. There's the races, which everyone's used to, where you can race against the other people to see who's going to get in first. Then there's also the battles, which are all done on racetrack.
Well, I think they had the time running short so they could get it out for the Wii U.
I mean, that's the thing that a lot of people like, is fighting in battle arenas. And fighting in battle arenas online was a lot of fun. The problem was the tracks were too big, so you'd constantly have to turn around and go find the people. It just wasn't a good idea to have them on the racetracks.
Luckily, to help you with the turning around constantly, they added a new move just to battle mode, which is the quick turn, which, guess what, lets you quickly turn.
But to make up for that, this time around, the online capabilities of this game have just been greatly increased. You can set up tournaments, you can play worldwide with other people.
I think online was well done this time.
I liked setting up tournaments. I thought that was cool.
Like the Wiiviewer Weasis.
No. It's Wiiviewer Waces. You gotta pun it right.
On Saturdays and Sundays, the code is on the screen.
Did you have any problems with lag in the online races?
A bit, actually. I noticed that there was quite a bit of disconnecting happening for no reason, which seemed kind of weird. And there was also quite a bit of lag, but that probably is because I'm playing on Worldwides and end up facing Japanese people a lot. I think because in Worldwide, it's worldwide, I think the ping is just too high. Still playable and still is fun to play.
Now, pretty much all the items from the previous games are back, with a few new ones. What were your favorite new ones?
My favorite one was probably... Oh, crap.
I don't think that exists. That would be a very messy power item.
Well...
And that would be pretty cheap.
Well,
he pooped on me!
The Piranha Plant was kind of cool. Basically, automatically munches on enemies, items, coins, and all that's on the track and gives you a speed boost when it does. The problem is that the speed boost sometimes is inconsistent and makes you ram into walls sometimes. Now, you can make him do the speed boost manually, but it just doesn't seem that effective. It's a very good weapon and speed boost at the same time, just very situational.
What was your favorite, LittlestWiiviewer?
Out of the new, probably the Super Horn, as it could destroy the blue shells. And it could destroy pretty much anything else, but you have to have good timing with it. There's only a limited range, and you can't just hold it behind you for protection.
I like the Crazy 8, just because you basically get everything. And it's just like, I'm hoarding all these items, and I'm going to use them against you.
The only problem is that they can steal it. Once you get it, you're like, oh yay, the Crazy 8. Use. Oh, now it's gone.
Well, I just like having everything.
The last item in this list is the Boomerang Flower, which might be my favorite if it was easier to aim. The flower lets you throw a projectile in front of you 3 times, which is a bit ridiculous. It can hit you on the way back, because it's a boomerang that goes forward and then back. You can be in first and see that boomerang miss, and you're going to be so terrified now that you know that person has 2 more uses of that boomerang.
One of the coolest new additions to this game is the ability to mix and match the parts on your car. They give you the option to change the body, wheels, and glider portions of the racer. Sometimes you might want to use a kart that has faster acceleration, or one that turns better, so you can change your kart based on the way you play the game. That was really cool, and plus there were more parts that you can get from winning the races. Sometimes just for fun before a race, I just like to spin the wheel and see what happens, and just use that kart as a racer. They have a replay option so you can watch what the game considers the best parts of the races. Often these moments won't match up with what you might like, but it's nice that the option was there. You could tweak the playback a little bit, like deciding who you want to focus on, how long to run it, and putting it in slow-mo. But overall, it's not that impressive. I wish this feature was way more fleshed out. So boys, Mario Kart 8, LilWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
Go to your store and just buy it. Stop watching this review and buy it. 1, it's Mario Kart. 2, it's Mario Kart 8. 3, it's Mario Kart 8 with anti-gravity. And 4, Mario Kart 8 with anti-gravity is really fun.
Alright, LittlestWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
Buy, because of what he said. It's just fun, and I enjoy playing it.
And I would agree with you both. I thought the anti-gravity was a cool gimmick, although it didn't really feel like I was upside down. Half the time when I was in anti-gravity, I'm like, oh wait, I'm upside down right now? I guess I can only tell by the backgrounds. Now, it was cool you can get speed boosts when you hit people in anti-gravity, but you know what? It was a gimmick that I hope gets pushed to other games, but it's not something that's earth-shattering. Graphically, the game looks fantastic. It controls great. The online capabilities were fantastic. While the multiplayer was disappointing, the single-player game definitely made up for that. So I think you should absolutely buy it now.